Chelmsford and Blackwater Canal runs through a largely unspoilt part of rural Essex and connects to Chelmsford. It runs for 13.8 miles and has 13 locks. Construction of the canal started in 1793, and on the 23rd of April 1796 the first brig sailed into the basin carrying a cargo of the best Sunderland coal, which was then taken to Chelmsford. Commercial freight continued right up until 1972, and now the canal is used for leisure activities and is run by Essex Waterways, whose full-time staff and volunteers maintain the canal and its locks.
Right, Mark, how long have you been here?
I started Basin Pleasure Boats 10 years ago. I started with 3 rowing boats and just listening to what people said as they came along the canal. It's quite an elderly market, so a lot of them were too old to row, etc. They'd like to go down the canal, so I looked around and I found my canal boat. The next year I bought it and it reholed, and I've been doing canal boat trips for 9 years as well as the rowing boats now.
Oh, lovely. And can people hire that out privately?
Yeah, we do private parties. We do a 2-hour, what we call a sunset cruise, where we go down to Beedy Weir in time for sunset. You can bring your own food and drink on that one. All the boat trips are skippered. Nothing self-drive apart from the rowing boats.
Yeah, okay. I see you do food here. What sort of food do you do?
We just do a basic menu: burgers, hot dogs, chips, sandwiches, that sort of thing. It's just in addition to the boats, somewhere where you can just have a light snack while you're waiting for the boat or...
And how do people book your boat? Can they ring you up?
Yeah, we've got the website, www.basinpleasureBoats.co.uk, or they can phone us on 07835 657 462, and we'll just take your bookings over the phone. As we go through the year, we just get busier and busier, really, and it's always best to phone and book. We do trips to the Booth. Yeah, we do trips to the Bouchon Hotel now.
All right.
And private bookings, schools, WI. We're starting. Yeah, we're getting quite well known now.
So how often are your boat trips?
We run 6 days a week, every day except Monday. We do 4 trips during the day: 11:30, 1 o'clock, 2:30 and 4, and we offer a 2-hour sunset trip as well. They're mostly for private bookings, parties, anniversaries, that sort of thing, little works do's. We hold a maximum of 12 people.
One last question. Why, in your opinion, should people visit Heybridge basin?
It's a magic spot. We get lots of artists down here. There's something about the light down here. The wildlife is excellent. We back right onto a nature reserve. This morning I heard the first cuckoos.
Funny enough, I heard that too.
We get kingfishers on the canal. It's a pretty place to visit. Lots of boats. You've got the alternative use of the sea, the River Blackwater if you wish it. There's a couple of nice pubs here as well. Yeah, it's a very nice place for a restful day out.
Oh, lovely. Okay, nice talking to you. Well, this is where the lockkeeper lives, so I'm going to give him a knock. His name's Grant, and I'm going to see if we can have a little chat with him. Okay, I'd like to introduce you to our lockkeeper here at Heybridge Basin, Grant, and I'm going to be asking Grant a few questions. So, Grant, what is your main responsibility as a lockkeeper here?
Well, first and foremost, obviously, it's to be the lockkeeper, open and close the lock. But there's a lot more to it than that. Responsible for moorings, moving boats about, delegating moorings, managing some of the staff here, volunteers, that sort of thing, as well as being the peacemaker,
Yep.
agony uncle, sounding board,
Yeah.
punch bag.
Yeah.
So almost anything really.
Yeah,
It's just a very public role, and you've just got to throw yourself into everything really.
Yeah. Roughly, how many visitors do you get sort of during the summer? You know, boats and.
Yeah, it varies a lot. Obviously, I mean, as you say, during the summer, so the winter barely anything really,
Yeah.
just the odd one every now and again. Some weekends are really busy. We could have 20 visitors in a weekend, and depending on the weeks. A lot of sailors now sort of a retired age, so we're getting a few more during the week. So that weekend's the busiest time. We get some during the week as well. So during the peak season, probably you could possibly get 30 in a week.
Yeah.
You know,
quite
but
good.
that would be a lot. But
Do you get many foreign visitors come
yeah,
over?
an awful lot of Dutch especially. Some Belgians.
And why do you
a
think
few
the Dutch
French.
come over here a lot?
I think Heybridge is a little bit like Holland, apart from anything else.
Yeah.
They like to go somewhere where they can stay afloat, obviously.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that, you know, they get right up here, and it is, you know, if they're locked in, they're safe and secure. They go to Bradwell and other marinas, but they all seem to end up here.
Yeah, a bit more like home down
Yeah,
here, I suppose,
yeah, I think so.
And how many staff do you have here helping you? as such?
Well, there's me
Yeah.
as staff, really. We've got 2 resident caretakers
Okay.
who live here, and in exchange for having that address, they're paid a small amount, and they do sort of 8 hours a week,
Oh, right.
various sort of roles.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any volunteers sort of help?
Yes, we've got that's sort of in its infancy really. We're
Right.
trying to have a bit of a big push with that. We've recently appointed a new navigation manager who's
Yeah.
very keen on that sort of thing, so hopefully we'll drive that forward. So we've just set up a little headquarters, for want of a better word,
Right.
in a shed
Okay.
for some volunteers to come forward. Who's got somewhere to get in the dry if it happens to be raining, or have a cup of tea and a yarn. But there's a bit of a purge, so it's a very small gang of people at the moment. But
So you're looking for more.
always looking for more.
So
It's
if
particularly at the
people were
moment.
interested in that, then what do they do to get involved?
For now, I'd say look at the website, because
Yeah.
I think there's going to be, if it's not there now, in the very near future it will be. But we're affiliated with the IWA, which is the Inland Waterways
Yeah.
Association. So via them, if you can put yourself forward for volunteer anywhere in the country, but they would identify you as being local to Heybridge or to Chelmsford, certainly for this navigation, and may well point you at us specifically rather than general.
You say you've got a website. What was the website?
So the IWA website, but we have got our very own, which is Essex Waterways Limited. So if you Google that,
Oh.
it'll come up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what sort of stuff does the volunteer get involved in?
It's endless, really. We've got an electrician, a retired electrician, so
Oh,
he
right.
comes and does that. We've got carpenters, so they do some of the carpentry work. Most of it is ground clearance, though, really. There's an awful lot of grass to cut. A lot of maintenance that we've got behind because we haven't had enough staff, really.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of arboriculture and cutting back weeds and cutting back shrubs
Yeah.
and scrub bashing, as they call it.
Yeah, so just
uh,
basically general upkeep of the canal.
General upkeep, maintenance, tidying it.
Yeah.
They do litter picks. I mean, it doesn't have to be hard labour.
No, no.
Litter picking's not too onerous, so people almost just do it as they're having a walk around. Just walk around with a plastic bag when they're walking their dog and pick up some litter. So it's endless, really.
Yeah.
You know, anything that people spot needs doing, and they're happy to do that. Then 'cause it's very difficult to tell volunteers what you want them to do, because some of the jobs are not, I don't want to do that, which is fair, it's fine, So we try and tailor it to your particular skill set or your interests.
Yeah,
really,
which is fair enough. Why should people come to Heybridge Basin, in your opinion?
Well, it's a jewel in the sceptred crown, isn't it? That's what it is. As we've just said, it's a little bit of a little Holland. It's unique, really. There are one or two other places that have got locks, but not with this charm and steeped with this amount of history. I mean, this canal's been here for 300 years.
Yeah.
There's plenty to do here. It's safe, secure. You're upwind most of the time, so it's a nice sheltered spot, really. Nice walks, plenty of wildlife, a few pubs.
Yeah.
Always
good.
Always good, yeah, and got all the facilities. I mean, other marinas have, but we don't go without the facilities. So, we can welcome people as well as any other marina. And There's much good showers and laundrette, toilet block, and all that stuff. Barbecue area.
I've seen that.
Barbecue
I've
area.
been in it, but I've seen it.
Yeah.
Okay, lovely. Nice speaking to you.
No problem.
Catch up soon. hope you've enjoyed this short film about Heybridge Basin, and as you can see there's plenty to do, plenty to see, so if you fancy just a nice day out or a nice sail, then why not visit us at Heybridge Basin and come and say hello. Look forward to seeing you. Bye.